Hello and welcome back grade 1 students. I hope you guys are enjoying my science videos. Today we're going to continue with Unit 6, Objects and Patterns in the Sky, Lesson 2. What are patterns of daylight? Part 1. And remember, it is worth mentioning that the Lesson 2 is the last lesson in our science book. For today we're going to cover the following points. Are you ready? Introduction to Lesson 2, What are patterns of daylight, page 296-297. Explore, explain the 4 seasons, page 298. We open our books to page 296. Lesson 2, What are patterns of daylight? Again, Lesson 2, What are patterns of daylight? We keep in mind that whenever we hear the word patterns, what should come into our mind is the fact that these are things that get repeated, such as day, night, day, night, day, night, such as boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. So in this lesson, we're going to study about the patterns of daylight. Clear so far? Let's take a minute to observe the picture. What do we observe? Excellent, we could observe the sun. What else? Excellent, we could observe the snow and the mountains. Great. Let's read together. Patterns of daylight change throughout the year. Patterns of daylight change throughout the year. So, do we actually have the same amount of daylight throughout the whole year? No. So we're going to study about these patterns, okay? And how does it change and why does it change throughout the year? Clear so far? By the end of this lesson, I will be able to describe patterns of daylight. Remember carefully that when we say the word describe, it means we're going to be able to tell what is this thing, how is it, when does it happen. Clear so far? So by the end of this lesson, I will be able to describe patterns of daylight. We move on. We open to page 297, Changing Seasons. Let's take a minute to observe the picture. What can we observe in these 4 pictures? Spring, summer, fall, and winter. So we could spot that we are seeing the same tree throughout the 4 different seasons, throughout the whole year. Let's take a minute to think. Do you guys think that this tree is staying the same throughout the 4 seasons? Excellent. It is not staying the same. It's changing, right? And we're going to study in this lesson, why does it change? Clear? So in the spring, we could spot that it's starting to blossom and grow the green. Excellent, the green leaves. And this summer we have even more green leaves. In the fall it's turning to yellow, and in the winter the trees lose the what? Excellent, the trees lose their leaves, or most of the trees lose their leaves, right? And you can see that it is covered by the snow. Great. Let's take a minute to observe. So we have 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, winter. Spring, summer, fall, winter, or fall, winter, spring, and summer. Fall, winter, spring, and summer. Fall, winter, spring, and summer. Guys, why do you think they placed for us these 2 arrows in the middle? Excellent, they placed these 2 arrows in the middle to tell us that it is a cycle that keeps repeating itself. So these 4 seasons occur each year, every year, each year, every year in the same order. Clear? And we're going to study why do we have the seasons in a bit. Clear? So far, so good. So, fall, winter, spring, and summer. So the amount of daylight changes throughout these seasons. Okay, that's why the plant changes throughout these 4 seasons, or throughout the 4 seasons. Clear? Let's read together. The amount of daylight in the seasons change throughout the year. What patterns do they follow? I'm going to read it one more time. The amount of daylight and the seasons change throughout the year. What patterns do they follow? So they're telling us that the amount of daylight is not the same throughout the whole year. It changes with the seasons and it changes from day to day, right? And changes throughout the year. So what patterns do they follow? We're going to discover the patterns that affect, excellent, the amount of daylight and the seasons. Clear? So far, so good? Great. Can you explain it? Now, you guys remember that in this section we have to discuss it orally with our parents. Excellent. Can you explain it? You want to plant flowers in seasons with the most daylight. Which seasons would you choose? Let's think together. So they want to plant flowers in seasons with the most daylight. Which seasons get the most daylight or have the most daylight? Do you think it is fall and winter? Of course not. It is spring and summer. Now, why do we have 4 seasons, and why do the spring and the summer seasons have more daylight than the fall and the winter? We're going to discover it in a minute. Are you guys ready? Let's move on. We open to page 298, the 4 seasons. Let's take a minute to observe the 4 seasons. We have spring, summer, fall, and winter, or fall, winter, spring, and summer. Let's observe the first picture. How is the tree? Excellent. It is blossoming with the flowers on it, right? And the flowers in the field as well are blossoming. And this summer we could see a lot of flowers and the trees are growing even more and more. And during the fall season, we could spot that excellent. You could spot that the leaves are starting to change into yellow, and some of them start to fall off. And during the winter, they are covered with snow. Right? The trees are covered with snow. So we have 4 seasons, which are fall, winter, spring, and summer. Let's read together to discover. A season is a time of year with a certain kind of weather. The 4 seasons are spring, summer, fall, and winter. The pattern of seasons repeats year after year. So I'm going to reread, then I'm going to explain. A season is a time of year with a certain kind of weather. The 4 seasons are spring, summer, fall, and winter. The pattern of the seasons repeats year after year. So, they're telling us that the season is a time of year with a certain kind of weather, either too hot or too cold, or it is in the middle. So if it is too hot, then we're talking about the summer season. It is too cold, then we're talking about the winter season. If it is in the middle, half-half, not too warm, not too cold, and like a mild weather, then we're talking either about the fall or the spring, right? Okay, now they're telling us that the patterns of the seasons repeats each year, every year, year after year. So, let me explain why do we get the 4 seasons, how do we get the 4 seasons, and you guys are going to watch it in the video attached in the instruction sheet, okay? So, each year, every year, the Earth does not only rotate around itself, okay, and we said that it needs 24 hours to complete one full rotation around itself, resulting in day and night, but also the Earth rotates around the Sun. And in order to complete one full rotation around the Sun, it needs 365 days, okay, which means a whole year. Now, during its rotation around the Sun, okay, and we know that the Earth isn't rotating in a straight form, it's a bit tilted already, okay, so during its rotation around the Sun, sometimes it is tilted closer to the Sun, causing a really warm weather such as the spring or the summer. At other times of its rotation, it is far away from the Sun, producing or giving us colder seasons such as the winter and the fall. Clear? So, as the Earth rotates throughout the year around the Sun, okay, and sometimes it is closer to the Sun, that's why it gives us warmer weather and we get the spring and the summer seasons, and other times it is tilted away from the Sun, resulting in colder seasons such as the winter or the fall. Clear so far? So did you guys understand where did we get the 4 seasons from? So it's due to Earth's rotation around the Sun that needs 365 days to finish the rotation, okay? As it is rotating, what happens? And sometimes it is tilted closer to the Sun, resulting in a warmer weather and giving us summer and spring. And another time, its rotation, it is tilted away from the Sun, resulting in colder weather such as the fall or the winter. Clear? So what is a season? Let's underline. A season is a time of year with a certain kind of weather. Again, a season is a time of year with a certain kind of weather. Again, a season is a time of year with a certain kind of weather. A season is a time of year with a certain kind of weather. One last time. A season is a time of year with a certain kind of weather, either too hot or too cold. How many seasons do we have? We have 4 seasons. What are these 4 seasons? Either fall, winter, spring, and summer, or spring, summer, fall, winter. Clear? So, spring, summer, fall, winter, or fall, winter, spring, and summer. Clear? So far, so good? That's all. Thank you.